Today we are going to take this and turn it into that. We are only using 6 yards of Deco mesh. I think that's the least I've ever used on a big, beautiful, poofy wreath. Hello, my sweet friends, and welcome to DIY with Nadia. My co-host today is Rocky. Say hello to everyone. And in today's video, we are making an evergreen oval fall wreath. Let's get started. Let's go over the supplies for this wreath, starting with Deco mesh. I'm going to be using this really pretty HobbyLobby one, but as you can see, it's not the 10-yard one. This one is 18 feet, which is only 6 yards or 216 inches. But for this wreath, only one roll is going to be plenty. For ribbon, I'm going to use a combo of 2.5-inch wired ribbon. This one was thrifted, and 1.5-inch wired. For decor, I'm going to be using these beautiful florals I got from HobbyLobby. Look at how gorgeous and deep burgundy these are. So pretty, and I thought they would match with the leaves on this Deco mesh, along with ivory berries to brighten things up. For my wreath base, I'm going to be using an evergreen wreath base from the DollarTree that's 18 inches. The way these are measured are you take the greenery out and that should measure 18 inches, just so you know. So it's not an 18-inch flat, it's 18 inches after you open everything up. If you're using one that's a little smaller, you can do the exact same thing I'm going to be doing, and you're just going to have a wreath that's more filled in. Or you can just use 6 pieces of Deco mesh instead of the 8 that I'm going to be using in this wreath. The reason I think this is so much fun to use as a wreath base is it costs the same as a metal wreath form, but you're using only 6 yards instead of the average minimum of 10 yards that we always use. This is a really great way to use up those 6-yard rolls that you may have from those craft stores. So I definitely encourage you to give this one a try. I'm going to need 8 ruffles out of this gorgeous Deco mesh roll. Since we have 18 feet, which is 216 inches, divide that by 8. That's going to give us 27, which means we're going to have to cut this Deco mesh into 27-inch strips. I'm going to be using, of course, my favorite rotary cutter that I love. It comes in so many beautiful colors. On Amazon, it's affordable, and I have been using it for so long, and I love that fact. Alrighty, you guys, 27 inches, here we go. I straighten it out, and just like this, we're going to roll it up and put it to the side. Let's cut the rest of our Deco mesh. And I love that my little rotary cutter is so easy. And don't forget, this is fabric that it's going through, and it's going through it really, really nicely. Now let's prepare our base. The first thing you want to do is open everything up. If you're using a DollarTree wreath base like I am, usually they are on these kind of like loops. On one side you will find a little short one, and on the other side a long one. What I like to do is kind of finish curling it up so you have a stable piece. I'm going to go around, open up all of that greenery, just pulling it up, and if I see one that's kind of loose, I'm going to make sure that it is locked in. All those short ones, make sure that they are looped around. It's time to add our Deco mesh to our wreath base, and since we don't have any markers, what I like to do is attach at 12, 6, 3, 9. So top, bottom, side, and then since I'm doing 8 total, all I have to do is attach one in between, and in between. I'm going to make sure my Deco mesh is being rolled onto the table. Find my center, do a little roll or a little fold, about 1 inch, and I'm going to start collecting. At the end, I'm going to let the Deco mesh roll another inch underneath and then bring it together. So pretty. I'm going to go to my first area, take 2 branches right next to each other and twist them. That's going to give me a secure connection to my deco mesh. Because there's space in between the branches, this way you have a nice, tight, and secure connection. I'm going to go straight down, connect here. I'm just going to fold these over so I know where the connection is and bring together my next ruffle. Fold underneath about 1 inch and let's bring it together. If your deco mesh doesn't have a clear center like this one does, roll it on top of the cutting mat. That way you know exactly where the center is. One little fold at the top. Let's bring it together. Now that we have a beautiful secure connection, just attaching my deco mesh. Next, I'm going to go to the sides. Now that I have my initial 4, going to go in between and find my centers, twist, and now I'm going to attach a ruffle in between this one and the other sections. All the deco mesh is in. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to attach the florals, or in this case it's just berries and some maple leaves or branches. And of course you can use a ready-to-go pick instead of bringing these together. Now I'm going to have one going towards one side, the other one towards the other side. Let's open it up. I love it when I use these high quality ones from Hobby Lobby because I know that I can play with them and they are going to look stunning. Just putting this burgundy branch in between, and of course we want to bring the berries out. Some of these leaves I also want to make sure that they stand out because they are going to match the ribbon. I think this little pick looks beautiful. I'm just going to use a zip tie, bring it together. This pick is obviously going to be swaying to the left. I'm going to make another one, but this time it's going to sway to the right. Both sides are done. Now we have to see how they're going to look on the wreath, and look at that. It's just bringing this gorgeous richness to the wreath. I'm going to put it upside down so that I can attach. This looks good. I'm wrapping one of the branches around. I'm still going to attach it, but at least this is going to give it a little bit of stability. I'm going to use a floral wire to attach our florals. As always, I cut way too much floral wire, but that is okay. This is how I attach the floral wire. Attach it to the base. My florals are attached and they look so pretty on this wreath. But what I'm realizing is how poofy this wreath really is. I think it's just the quality of this deco mesh. It's really good. So I decided to go ahead and do a messy bow. This is one of these bows that is so much fun to do, and it's great if you're using up ribbon. I'm going to cut 11-inch strips of ribbon, and you can do as many as 8 total of different kind of ribbons, or 6 or 10 depending on what ribbon you're using. The more ribbon you add, the bigger it's going to be. In this case, it looks like I ran out of ribbon at about 5, which is just fine. I'm going to fold these in half and make a dovetail. Now I'm taking my 1.5-inch ribbon, and same thing, I'm going to measure it at 11 inches. I think this bow is going to be big enough, so I'm just going to cut 5 of the 1.5 inch. And same thing, we're going to make dovetails. If you are someone who has a hard time making bows, this is the bow for you. I have 10 pieces. 2.5 inch, 1.5 inch, 5 of each. Grab my bow maker. All I'm doing here is I'm going to put one piece of ribbon on, and then the other I'm going to put one at a time and interchange these. And we're already seeing a bow. Are you seeing a bow? Because I'm seeing a bow. Otherwise you can just layer them on and then open later. Why not? I'm going to do it right now. Just like this, we're layering them on. If you're going to do 3 different colors, you can definitely do that. Sometimes I like to put berries in between or mesh tubing. That's fun too. But these bows are so much fun to make. At this point, you're going going to need a floral wire or a zip tie and a floral wire. What I like to do is I like to bring it together with a zip tie first. I'll put the zip tie right underneath from one side to another, like this, right underneath the bow. And I'm going to listen for a few clicks, not all the way. That's it. That's fine. I know it's holding it all together. I think this looks even. If you're not sure and you're making a really big one, all you have to do is fold it in half. And if that looks good to you, find that center and pull on the zip tie. Now you know you have it in the center. And by the way, look at this. I have a bow already. Now let's find that center once again so we can put the floral wire over it and use it to attach our bow to the wreath base. A few twists and we can attach to our wreath base. How easy was that, my friends? Boom. Twist it up and I'm just going to wrap it around. We'll open up the bow a little later. Now I'm going to take that ivory out of the bow and we're going to add a few ribbon bundles to the inside. We're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 because the 3 top ones are being covered by our branches and bow. Since our ruffles are not squished in, they're kind of opened up, I decided to make our ribbon bundles 10 inches long. I hardly ever do 10 inches on wreaths like this, but trust me, it's going to look okay. Now I'm going to do 10 pieces of this ribbon at 10 inches in length. Next, I'm going to count how many ribbon pieces I want to put in between. Starting right here where I see it kind of needs it, I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That should be enough. So I'm going to do 6 pieces at 11 inches in length. If you feel like your wreath is full enough, you don't have to do it, but I just feel like I want to brighten this wreath up just a little bit. And now, of course, I'm going to cut these up while making dovetails to both sets. I'm going to take the 11-inch ones and start putting them in between my ruffles. Since I have some greenery here, I'm just going to do this the same way I attached my ruffle, where I take 2 pieces of greenery, do a twist or 2 so we have a nice solid connection. Grab my ribbon, fold it in half to find the center, scrunch it up, put it in between, and twist in place. Now we have some white ribbon sticking through. Now it's time to finish up with the ribbon bundles. I'm going to take 3 pipe cleaners, cut these in half because we don't need them that long. And I'm going to take 2 pieces at a time, crisscross them, collect them in the center, use my little pipe cleaner to bring them together, twist a few times in the back, and just like that, we have a ribbon bundle that we can now attach, twisting in the back. Perfect. Opening up like a flower. Everything is on, and before I continue poofing everything out, I'm going to do one more thing, and that is the greatest benefit of working with this type of wreath base. Let's flip. Right now we have this roundish looking wreath, and what I want to do is I want to make it oval, and we're going to make it oval sideways. I figured if someone looks at it, it's going to kind of look like a pumpkin, except you're not going to be able to see the stem because the bow is going to be there. So I'm just going to widen it and kind of flatten it out, bring it together. Now it's going to be poofy and busy here. Maybe open it up just a little bit, but I do want to make sure that it looks oval. What do you guys think? To hang this wreath, I'm grabbing a jute cord and going right to the top. Here I'm going to make a knot or 2, cut off the extra tail, and now we have a hanging loop. Now let's open everything up. Let's get these guys done. The ribbon that we put in between, I'm just going to pop it out here and there because it's a filler. So same thing, I'm going to make those little petals with it, poof it out. Now that we have all the deco mesh taken care of at the bottom, let's wake up this bow. Same thing, we're going to poof it out. Bring these beautiful 2.5-inch ribbon pieces to the top. And this is why a messy bow is just one of my favorites. That's because you saw how easy it was to make. When I mean I need to wake a bow up, that means I'm pulling up and then opening it up. Do you see what I mean? I pulled this up and then I bent it. Up and then I bent it. I have used evergreen wreaths for all kinds of holidays, including Valentine's. I'll attach some of those videos below. I hope you enjoyed how this wreath came out. It's something different. As you can see, I am using evergreen and I did not cover it. You can cover if you want with some ribbon, but I thought this turned out so unique and so much fun. Look who made an appearance on top of the craft table. This is a rarity these days because it's usually Rocky, but Simba came in. I hope you enjoyed this wreath tutorial. For more, don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course, give this video a thumbs up if you found it beneficial or fun to watch. Thank you so much for being with us. As far as Rocky and I, we will see you in our next video. Bye-bye, my friends. Mwah. Rocky, say bye to everyone. Mwah.